what we're finding through the second half of last year is that the price growth in the housing market was slowing. We also saw a big increase in the number of properties listed for sale. And the combination of those two factors means that we're expecting price growth to slow throughout 2022. But of course, we're still in January and very early days for this year. So the rest of the year, we're expecting that sales volumes will still be strong. Initially, at least, we're expecting higher numbers of properties available for sale. And we expect that the increase in properties for sale will eventually lead to reduced demand. And that in turn will lead to slower levels of price growth throughout this year. In terms of continued growth, we do expect that most parts of the country will still see price growth. It's just the case that we are expecting price growth to slow. The weakest capital cities we're expecting for price growth this year is Perth, followed by Sydney and Melbourne. And then the best performing markets we're expecting this year is Hobart and Brisbane. Well, the areas that are going to struggle the most, we're already seeing some weakness at that higher end of the market. So we think some of the top end properties that people have really paid a premium for. We know that there's a lot fewer first home buyers in the market now as well. So there's a strong pipeline of work, but potentially some of those outer, more affordable suburbs that have been very attractive to first home buyers are the areas where we'll see more weakness this year. It's a really interesting one. So the gap between the price of houses and units is the widest we've ever seen. Whilst we still think that most people are targeting houses, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see stronger conditions for units this year, just because they are significantly more affordable at this point than detached houses. And for people that are increasingly on a budget, they offer the opportunity to get into markets they wouldn't be able to afford to get into if they were moving into a house. In terms of a price peak in 2022, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a peak late this year. At the same time, we might start to see interest rates increase. But the general view is that we're going to see a deceleration of price growth throughout 2022. And we might actually hit peak prices late this year or early in 2023.